My fellow Virgin Islanders and friends, I am Janelle Sarauw, number 5 on your ballot for this year's senatorial race. This year's election is a pivotal moment in Virgin Islands history. We stand here today at the crossroads between crisis and opportunity, between past and present, and between change and stagnation. Jobs falling wages, rising prices. Our government in partisan gridlock, with the executive and legislative branches engaged in a battle. We have one of the biggest deficits in our territory's history. Money borrowed in which a burdened middle class and small business will be forced to repay. No new sources of revenue as we tax our economy to death, hoping to breathe life into it. Unequivocally, our citizenry has lost faith in the system of government that governs them. My platform points laid forth are not directed against any candidate, doctrine, or government official, but against hunger, poverty, desperation, and chaos. Abraham Lincoln, during the Civil War, eloquently stated, "A house divided among itself cannot stand." Gandhi, in his quest to liberate India from British rule, said, "To be the change you want to see." English poet John Donne writes, "No man is an island entire of itself. He or she is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." He goes on to say, "Any man's death diminishes me, for I am involved in mankind." The truth is, we are the largest purchase the United States has ever made. 25 billion. Years later, President Hoover described us as an effective poorhouse, stating these islands had no real value. With the resilience of our local heroes, this effective poorhouse has been transformed into America's paradise. It's time that we regain the spark of Queen Mary and General Butler as they rose up and lit plantations on fire, forcing then Danish Governor General Peter van Scholten to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. The perseverance of D. Hamilton Jackson and Rothschild Francis, who along with others penned and wrote the Organic Act of 1936, bringing an end to naval rule. Janie Tuitt, Ola F. Muller, Edith Williams, as they spent their life imparting words of wisdom on our most precious natural resource, our children, understanding that a sound education involves feeding the mind but not starving the soul. We must regain our moral compass as we've strayed so far from our intended vision. We are a resilient people meant to break. There is no turning back. And like Harriet Tubman, when guiding slaves to the north, reminded each slave not to turn back. Keep going. The campaign slogan is "Breaking Barriers, Building Futures." Breaking barriers mean that no longer can we carry on the generational feud, ever so present in many of our government offices. Young and old need each other. We must bridge a generational gap. Breaking barriers mean, in order to pass legislation to benefit the people, we must cross party lines, let go of personalities, and engage in bipartisan dialogue. Breaking barriers mean that we fly under the American flag. Just like how millions of immigrants enter America's shores in search of the American dream, so do many from the Eastern Caribbean. They earn their citizenship and they pay taxes. It's time we stop fighting among one another because of where you were born or how you got here. Breaking barriers mean that no longer can departments function individually if we want them to be successful with the use of your tax dollars. Aristotle, in his philosophy of politics, stated that government is like an organism, a collection of parts, none of which can exist without the other. In modern day political science, it is called strategic partnership. Lastly, breaking barriers mean that no longer can this ridiculous feud between St. Thomas and St. Croix continue, and St. John is left somewhere on the wayside. E pluribus unum. Out of many, we are one. Keep in mind, we cannot solve problems with the same mind that created it. Scripture reminds us, Isaiah 11, verse 6, to be exact, "And a child shall lead them." I ask you not to focus on my age, but my ideas, my platform, my dedication to our home, and my unwavering love for politics and these islands. Together we'll forge. Together we'll forge our common hopes and our common dreams to a common reality. Hoping for the wisdom of Solomon, the integrity of Daniel, the patience of Job, and the ability to lead like Moses, and aiming for a heart like Christ. I'm asking your support to serve as your senator in the 30th Legislature of the Virgin Islands. Once again, I am Janelle Sarauw, number 5 on your ballot.